Well, hello, friends. Todd here, waiting for my wife to join me. This is our very first episode of Unfiltered with Todd and Sarah. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from. And I say this is our first episode. This might also be our last episode. It depends on how this is going. And Sarah and I have already had our first uh, discussion about this episode. She thinks it should be closer to 20 minutes. I think it should be longer than 20 minutes. In fact, you can let us know in the comments how long you actually think this is, or how long you think this should be. You want to say hello, babe?
Hello, babe. Where are you streaming this at? Oh, there we are. Look at that. Oh,
You want to you
technology.
want to share it to your profile?
Sure. Share. Who's ready?
Not me,
You
apparently.
you should be ready.
Well,
It
I'm
says
trying to
live.
be.
Are you gonna monitor the comments? Because I can't focus on that.
Yeah, I mean, if we get any comments. Right now, the only person hanging out with us is Shar Peterson.
Shar. Hello.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you know how all the influencers say, "We'll just wait for a few minutes for people to pop on." Like
Yes.
they say that. So we should do that. How's your day? What's happening here?
It was good.
You're already not listening to me. This is gonna go great.
I this is going amazing.
Oh Lord.
No, the day was fine. Church, and that was good. And then we went and saw our friend Carrie for Jason's birthday.
Really? Yes. Carrie was there, but it was for Jason because it was his birthday. And we got him world flags, world flag book. And also,
Yes.
I didn't tell you this, but Carrie sent me a picture and she goes, "Your gift wins," because he was back at it going through the book with the stickers. So I love
He
him.
was very fascinated with the stickers. I was too.
Yeah. We're gonna need to
And
buy him a bigger book.
well, and I was also embarrassed to realize how few country names I actually know.
I'll get you a flag book for Christmas.
I need a flag book.
I
I need
will
the flashcards.
I'll do it. I'll get you the same thing I got Jason, okay? Birthday's your birthday's coming up. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
All right. Um, yeah, I mean, there's not really an agenda to this. Um, it's us hanging out and having a live conversation that people wouldn't normally be privy to. And so, just to sort of kick things off, um,
Oh,
if you had a
top
few, what?
I said top five. I already told you I only could find three.
Well, I already built the slide deck.
Hmm.
And I mean, that's sort of a fib. I mean, AI built the slide deck, but um,
We
fingers
love
off to the
AI, and we
robots that
also
are
know
taking
when you
over.
all use it. We know when you all use it.
This is actually the best one it's built for me yet.
I keep hitting the computer. I hope I don't knock the computer off onto the floor because if so, I'm leaving. If that happens, I'm leaving. You'll have to finish.
Oh my gosh.
Um, Top five summer highlights. Well, it was kind of towards the beginning of summer, but we did go to Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And travel is notoriously difficult for me, has been. We're we're finding out that as my body heals from inflammation, I'm able to do more things. And so things aren't as difficult. And so the Salt Lake City, I was able to walk the convention center. I mean, we still took time to rest and took time to like put my feet up and things of that sort. And you dropped me off in the closest spaces you could. But Just
Yeah,
seeing,
what does that look like when we travel out of state? What are some things that we do that sort of accommodate for um just life and how we do things?
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't give the details on this very often. If you know me, you'll know I've said, I mean, you know me, you, but I have a handicap placard, which means I cannot walk 100 feet without stopping, 100 to 200 feet. And that's why I have the handicap placard, because um, with all the scar tissue and stuff that I have, I literally feel like I'm going to pass out. It's not even a muscle thing, it's a blood circulation thing. So, um, the Lord blessed us with our flight into Utah. TSA was right here, and then our gate was right here. But the Utah Salt Lake City airport, no, that was hard.
Yeah.
Um, was that the one where they had like 17 escalators, the flat escalators? I don't know if those are called something different. Remember that? And people were behind me, and I was very panicky. I kept trying. They would have those little moments of like no escalation. The people mover. That's what they're called, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But there was like 10 of them or something like that. And I was like,
Yeah, there was.
this is the longest corridor I've ever been in my life. So, I did as much as I could, and then I had to stop. So that's sometimes we have to do that. But I have to research where we're going. I have to kind of assess the situation. I have to see, am I going to be able to sit somewhere? Am I going to be able to walk that distance? I mean, it's like I think about it all the time. So, is that what you wanted to know? It's fun,
Well, yeah, that and I mean, we usually get places at least a day early.
right?
We'll, if we're going to be somewhere for an extended stay, we usually will do like an Airbnb.
Yeah.
What did what did you like about Salt Lake? Because I don't think we'd been to Salt Lake before.
No, we'd been to
You've been,
St. George, but we
been to
hadn't
St.
gone up to Salt
George.
Lake. We did try to go see the Mormon temple, but it was under construction. So
Yeah,
we,
that thing was locked down.
yeah. I mean, and it was like a city block.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was,
I thought it was going to be like just like a big church.
nope.
No.
It's the temple. Anyway, I wanted to get a picture in front of it and tell people that we had converted, but we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Although apparently the pretty white ones are not in Salt Lake. They're like in Provo and things like that. So we could have gone and found one and done that. But what was the question?
Shout out to the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Don't People are gonna get mad that I watch that.
I didn't say you did. I just
Oh.
admitted it. Yeah, I will say I was actually a little disappointed that the Mormon temple is like a dingy gray.
Yeah, it's not even white. It's
Yeah.
like it's like it kind of reminded me of Notre Dame, honestly. So, not that I've seen Notre Dame, but like the magnificence of it, the bigness of it, and it
Yeah.
just had scaffolding everywhere, and it was dark gray, concrete. So,
So what did you like about Salt Lake?
well, I mean, the city is stunning. We don't get a lot of mountain views here, so just everywhere was
Nope.
green, and it was 60 degrees. There was some rain. It was beautiful. They really know how to take care of a celiac, so that was lovely.
Yeah.
Was it Jersey Mike's? I made the
Yeah, we had
manager at Jersey Mike's was
how many times did we have Jersey Mike's when we were there?
17, probably 3, but she made the best gluten-free sandwich that I've ever had. And so I kept telling Todd he had to go back. So
Yeah.
um, I'm not going to say I found the best coffee that I've ever had there because I did not.
No.
I mean, no, they didn't do that well. Not, there might have been places, but we went to Caputo's. It was like a fine Italian fancy market. I spent $1
Was
million
that like
on
was that
hot.
the cheese store?
Yes, yes. That's where I got a block of cheese to eat in the car on the way to the convention. So, um, no, I just think the suburb we were staying in was beautiful. It was a beautiful little area.
Very cool.
Yeah, we had good time. Oh, our Uber driver I thought was going to kill us on the way back to the airport.
Oh my gosh. Well,
It was
because it
pouring
was
rain.
really early in the morning. I mean, it was like 5:30 or something like that in the morning, right?
Yeah, and he was driving very fast and we were
It was
listening to,
pouring down rain.
yeah, he wasn't giving space, and yeah, it was scary, but we made it home. So,
Yeah. So
but
that was towards the end of May, though, right?
yes, but I did love that we were able to kind of see the whole picture of the wellness store, and kind of just really confirm that this is a place that I've been looking for my whole life, kind of thing. So
Did we say why we were going to Salt Lake City?
I don't think so. Melaleuca Convention. You know what I want? Can I just say something? Okay, because I'm
Sure.
going unfiltered. When people roll their eyes at a company having a convention, and a lot of it's for MLM. Melaleuca is actually not an MLM. But when people roll their eyes about it, I'm thinking, I just saw my friend earn a trip because her husband works at Christian Brothers. And
Right.
the entire corporate went to someplace because the company was doing that for the leadership. So I don't, oh, and we have our friend Lauren went to a big convention in Nashville for Sprouts. And I'm like, that's just a brick and mortar store, but they have a convention for
Right.
all their top leaders. So I don't think we should be rolling our eyes at that because that's what companies do. Okay.
Well, and I mean, I grew up, my parents were in an MLM and they did the conventions and the seminars. And there was definitely a culture attached to that.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't want to say I was skeptical about going to the convention because, other than you, I don't really hang out with anyone in Melaleuca, but there were some, so like the last night, they had like 19 or 20 people get up on stage and literally burn the last mortgage bill that they get because they paid their house off. And the thing that impressed me was there are like some redneck looking people, but they had to, you know, because they're still prim and proper. Like you have to wear a suit to be on stage.
Right.
So, I'm looking at some of these guys, I'm like, um, yeah, that you don't really wear a suit very often, do you? Like there's
Right.
some people you look at and you're like, you wear a suit five,
Ev-
6 days a week.
Right.
And then there was like dude with Appalachian mountain beard. Um,
He
yeah,
probably bought a suit just for that.
he bought a
Well,
suit just for that.
and I knew that was going to happen. I knew that in the company that they do have one of the last things is burning the mortgages. And I think that was the most amount of people that had ever done it in one time, if I'm recalling. But they have this like majestic music. It's kind of like the end scene of a Marvel movie where the good guys win. And I literally burst into tears. And I was like, why am I crying? But it was very moving. It was very moving. And I did also love walking through the crowd and thinking everyone is represented here. Everyone. Like it's not a company that, dare I say, only pretty white girls can succeed.
You're a pretty white girl.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. However, I'm talking about the skinny pretty white girls, okay? We'll say that. Let's
Yeah.
move on. Let's move on.
Anyway, so
The next one would be the San Diego road trip. And a
that
lot of
was
people
in July,
know, yeah. And a lot of people know that that was a very hard and heartbreaking thing that we did,
right?
but we had such a great time. Um, should we talk about what one of our road trip hacks? Um, we find the trashiest reality TV show that we haven't seen, and we don't even watch it when we're home. It's just on the
No.
in the car, and we turn on Netflix, and it's kind of like a visual podcast, and we just have it going, and we're shock and awe when this person doesn't choose that person, and but yeah, it was a beautiful drive. Flagstaff was beautiful. It was lovely to get to be back in San Diego. Oh, we got to go through Moore Park. And
Yeah.
we also cried. Maybe I was emotional. I am emotional. But where I used to take our bubs to
Yeah.
for McDonald's and we could only afford one Happy Meal. And so I would get one Happy Meal for them to split, and I'd get apples in the Happy Meal because the French fries were cheaper. So if I could get a Happy Meal with apples and then I could add a little small fry, the two of the kiddos would share that. And then the only way I could get them to leave, this is when McDonald's would offer baby ice cream cones for 21 cents. And I said, okay, we got to wash our hands and get in the car, and then you get your ice cream cone. Anyway, we drove by that McDonald's and I burst into tears because I hadn't seen it in about 20 plus years. Um, so there, and then we got to get some strawberries from Camarillo. I mean, it was very memorable.
Hmm.
And then Steve's memorial.
Yeah.
But that was just one of the most beautiful memorials I've ever been a part of. And yes, I did cry. I sure did. So much so, I did get a migraine the next day.
Yeah, you did.
But it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And I only needed one day. And I did photo sessions that night. So it's like all these things that I have had to be limited on health wise are starting to kind of like open up. So, and that leads into my third thing was just that about 5 weeks ago, I started going back to the gym after over a decade.
Yeah, you
And
did.
I know that's a weird thing to have like a top summer, but because it has been such a long time, it was a big deal for me to be able to do that and to be able to have the mindset that I belong in the gym just like anybody else, and I can go do what I can do. And we found a lovely lady who has she said she has autoimmune too. So
Right.
she's very gracious and very accommodating. So anyway, those are my top three. I don't have five. I only have three.
Yeah, I don't think I would really have anything to add to that. I mean, I think the older I get, the more I am loving to travel, and so I did have a couple of trips already. You know, they were in there for work. I mean, coaching clients. I went to
Mhm.
Indiana and Michigan. This weekend, I'll be in San Francisco, and yeah, those are I would probably round out our five with those two. So
Yeah, but you also were staying at a very scary I don't even think it's a motel. I don't even know what you would call it.
yeah, and I
I was a
mean,
little
th I got the hotel from hotels.com, and it looked really, really nice. You know, they cleaned up one room really, really nice and took great pictures. And my room, the the top latch had been busted off. So someone had kicked in the door, like law enforcement had kicked in the door. And then someone had kicked in the bathroom door. So like there wasn't even a mechanism to close the door in the bathroom.
your sheets were dirty and you didn't even
The
have a
sheets were dirty, didn't
bedspread.
have a bedspread.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I don't know
it
how
was
I'm
not the place people sleep. We'll just say
no. Well,
no
I mean,
sleeping,
yeah,
Glenn. No sleeping.
no.
Anyway, so I'm glad you're safe.
Yeah, I'm glad to live to tell the story.
Yes.
Um, I do want to take a quick time
Ooh.
out and say that our episode of Unfiltered with Todd and Sarah tonight is brought to you by Peak Performance Supplements by Melaleuca. Peak Performance, I would say, has changed my life, probably helped save my life. Was diagnosed April 1st with an ascending aortic aneurysm, a thoracic ascending aortic aneurysm,
Yeah.
and it was measured at a 5.2 centimeters. Anything above 3.9 is considered an aneurysm. At 5.5, they want to do open heart surgery. And so there was a long list of drugs that I could have jumped on, and with the cooperation of our doctor, went on the Peak Performance. It looks like the box on the right, but it's not just for women. It's heart health.
They have
So
a they have a number of different
yeah, these are just three of them. They have a whole bunch of different.
compilations. But the reason we love it is it's literally all in one convenient pack. This is not birth control. This might help you have a baby. So maybe you need that. It's unfiltered.
Yeah.
You- it lowers
If
inflammation.
if it's going to help me have a baby, I'm going to stop taking them tonight.
No, no. The ones who want to have a baby. Me.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can't physically have a baby. And you know what? I got a ton of baby snuggles today, so my heart and oxytocin tank is full at the moment.
Yes.
Tomorrow it might not be. But anyway, it comes with an assortment. There's some that have 4 vitamins in them. There's some that have 5. I think yours has 7. But it's like a pack or 2 a day, and it's all convenient. You just take it and go. And I literally have tried. I mean, I should have had you do Oh, I should have had you run the numbers over the past 25 years, just how much money I've spent alone in supplement, not even research, but like hope that this one thing is going to make me feel better, or this thing is going to give me energy, or this is going to help my inflammation. And it's just been a crapshoot, honestly. Um, and then I think, oh, all those people that are saying this works, something's wrong with my body. So I thought it was me. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just they need to be bioavailable. And these are basically wrapped in an amino acid. And so they're whole food. Your body what does your body do? Your body recognizes them as a whole food. So it's been life-changing for us. And we don't say that lightly. Oh,
No. Well, I know for me, it helped drop my blood pressure.
yeah.
It dropped my A1C. I've lost 30 pounds and kept that off. Still losing more. So it
Mhm.
it really has changed my life. And then I go in to get rescanned, my heart rescanned at the end of this month.
I'm
So
turning my do not disturb. Okay, there we go.
yeah.
Lauren's texting us.
Yep, we love Lauren.
Yes. Yeah.
So hey, if you want information on how to get access to peak performance, there is a link in the description of this video, and you can check that out there. And Sarah will get you pointed in the right direction.
I sure will.
Question of the day. The reason why we are here tonight is to talk about balance. And is there such a thing as balance? We are in the month of September. So I would say everybody in the country is finally back at school. And that means getting up at just ungodly hours in the morning, trying to shove breakfast down your kids' throats as you get into the carpool lane, um, or the drop off and pickup lane at school. Picking them up, and then maybe you go right home to do homework. Maybe you've got sports practice, and then by the time kids are in bath and bed and it's like 11 o'clock at night and you haven't had any time to yourself. So how do you balance it all between family and marriage and work and extracurricular stuff? So think back to when our kids were school aged and you were mostly the one handling all of that stuff. What was that like for you as a mom?
Uh, I mean, we could say that our situation is a tiny bit different because you did have some leeway in your schedule. So, my face just got way bigger. You did have some leeway in your schedule, so you were able to help me out probably more than someone's husband who had to clock in and not clock out till 5. But I was a work from home mom, so a lot of what I did daycare, I did photography was predominantly um how I made the part-time income, and then I also sold lip sense. And I would just schedule it around our kids' schedule. So, I mean, a lot of times, and sometimes the kids would come with me, if that worked out. I mean, we were also close to your mom and dad, so like if we had to have a babysitter, um, they would help out. But I had written down like because of my health stuff, that has to be the number one priority for me so that I can do all the other stuff, being a wife and a mom. Um, so that means I couldn't work every day. I couldn't do a photo shoot every night, you know. That means if I did a round of mini sessions, I had to limit them. I couldn't I know some I know some of my friends literally would kill themselves from October to December getting in as many mini sessions, and then they literally couldn't get out of bed in January. So that's not balance. You
Right.
know what I mean? So I had to do it differently because my body wouldn't allow me to do that. So um, I I feel like I've learned more now though. Like I'm more vocal about, hey, my body can't do that. Hey, I need to take a break from that. You hit your 40s and you're like, what people think of me or their expectations of me, I can't, it's none of my business. So gonna just have to do what's okay for our family and my health and all that stuff. So, um, I think I had said on a business Zoom a couple months back that I started crying because of my paycheck from Melaleuca. And I said, listen, I can't work a traditional 9 to 5. My body has ups and downs. I have good days and then I have days where I'm in bed. So the beauty of finding, content creation and photography and Melaleuca is that I can, what is that? Mold it around my schedule. So
Yeah.
I think balance is a myth though. I think something always takes priority and the rest kind of get half the priority and then it filters down. So, um, I don't think there's a way to perfectly balance everything. You know what? When our kids are toddlers and I read some book about nutrition and they were like, don't worry if your toddler's meal, the one meal isn't the most perfectly balanced meal. Look at it like a week. So is your toddler's week of meals balanced? And what are you doing with the whiteboard? You're distracting me, but it's fun. Can I draw on it?
Nope.
Listen,
Sorry.
that's not fair.
It's it's right here.
Whatever. Anyway, so I think if you look at your week and your month with your family and you're saying, okay, my day might not have been balanced here because I had to focus on a project at work, or one of my friends has to do transcripts and so she has to focus on that. But then like the whole day of Saturday might be a family day. So I think if you look at it more like weekly, monthly balances, you can you can kind of get those more even. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've actually not heard anyone put it like that before. I think that's a really helpful way of
Brilliant.
looking at it. Balance over a 7 day period looks different than balance over a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with, um, you know, um, mental, physical, and time load compared to energy for the day and things like that. You know, I heard years ago
Oh.
that balance, we kind of think of like in a seesaw fashion like this. And
Hmm.
so, we've got weight on either end, and then here is your fulcrum. And so we think we're like, well, I've got to make sure that the weight is evenly distributed on either side of the seesaw, but life doesn't work like that. I mean, there are, um, you know, other weights. Sometimes there are bigger weights. And then, this side over here is just way um, overbalanced compared to the other side. And it's really about the fulcrum, that the way that you get these things to balance out is about moving your energy towards the weight itself.
Hmm.
And I think that's one of the things that people, and I know I have, but I think people struggle with is actually confronting the weight. When we see the list of demands or the to-do list, and no matter what pretty app you put it in, when that day comes and you're like, I've got to do these 17 things, it's overwhelming, and it's easier sometimes just to, you know, sort of put your head in the proverbial sand. Whereas if you actually just confront the weight and put your energy towards it, you'll find that you actually can balance things. But again, I mean, that's Monday, you know, um,
Yeah, and on Tuesday you might have to swing it back the other way
uh, you
because
know, on Tuesday it's this, right? And so now
yeah.
you've got to be able to stay agile,
Yeah.
mentally and emotionally agile. So what would you say is like your like do you have a was there a schedule that worked for you personally when we had, kids and homework and field
Yeah.
trips, and what
Well,
did that look like?
we had an agreement that I wasn't going to be the sports mom because I knew I couldn't do that. So any sports you wanted our kids to do or they wanted to do, basically, I mean, I would take them to art class. I would take them to things like that, but I piano lessons, those kind of things. But the whole sports thing was not something I was able to do. And if like the husband and wife, like one partner can't do it, then maybe there's a grandma, maybe there's a grandpa. I don't know if that's something that you feel like you can't do. That was not because I didn't want to, it was because I couldn't physically, the stamina wasn't there. Um, and you would go on some field trips.
Yeah.
Our kids did go to a charter school for a majority of their elementary school years, and there was a lottery for the field trip. So remember the roar and snore? I almost died.
No, I didn't go on that one.
No, I did. I did. If anyone knows the San Diego Wild Animal Park, um, it's literally straight up and down hills. And I had to walk around. I had five little third grader girls, and it was an overnight field trip. So it was like a 24 hours of physical activity. And then we slept in these tents with I don't even know how I survived. You know what? I'm telling you right now, there were lots of parents drinking. They snuck in
On
alcohol.
the field trip?
Yes, yeah. They weren't part of our school because it was like four different schools that all
Oh,
were, yeah, so it wasn't part of our charter school, but I'm just saying that's probably how they managed it. But I literally got in bed and I remember calling my friend. I said, "So can you move today?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I was in bed for 4 days, not
yeah.
able to move. Um, so then I learned, okay, I can't do that. But what was the question again? The
Doing great. Did you find a schedule that worked for you?
Well, I mean, it was just things like, okay, Monday, I'm going to go to the grocery store as soon as I drop the kids off. And then I would go get our Monday through Thursday. And then on Fridays, I would go get our weekend groceries. And so that kind of was just like, I, that helped me because it was less overwhelming to just do 4 weeknight dinners and then weekend dinners. So little things like that. But I am pretty scattered. I will say the iPhone is magical. And I wish I had used it more when I wish there were, I mean, maybe we didn't have the apps, but like I literally will write out what I'm going to do for the next day on my reminders, even if it's clean the bathroom, um, order groceries, call that friend, whatever.
Right.
But I think I did that. I just probably wrote it down. So I would just, you know me, don't box me in and
No.
don't put me in a schedule of someone else's making. That's not going to work for me. But I don't know. I guess the kids were just like they kind of ran the schedule in the sense of in the during the week it was school is this time. I have this much time to either edit photos, you know, make a lip sense and lattes, whatever for my ladies, and then I had to do pickup and I would usually get a phone call from Hannah a
Yeah.
couple times a week. My stomach hurts. I'm like, you have to stay at school. I mean, but she had a rough year that one year and we went to school a lot. So even in high school, I was available for Hannah, and T3 if you wanted, but I would deliver pizza to the campus. I would go pick her up and bring her a little coffee and sit with her for lunch. So uh, that was my priority. So um,
So what did the hours of like 5 to 10 look like during the weeknights?
oh, it was dinner and homework. And then, I mean, when the kids were little, you handled bedtime, which was helpful. Um, it's hard to remember. I
It
mean,
was
it's
a,
literally
it's a
just like
blur.
we picked them up at 3 and then they go to bed at 8 or 9 and it was all kid all the time. So yeah, I probably stayed up later than I should, but knowing I had to get up in the morning, I didn't do that as much as I do now. I'm like, I want to sit on the couch and do nothing. So anyway, I'm done with this question. Can we not talk about scheduling anymore?
All right.
It's making me itch. I don't like it. I am not as good at scheduling as you are, but you know what? We're different people. So
Really? Are you sure?
if we were supposed to be exactly the same, God would have made us that way. So anyway, no more schedule talk.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. So we did this game on one of our alphabet dates recently called Underrated or Overrated. And I think we were at the Stir Crazy Bakery, and I just saw like it's a deck of cards on a bookshelf behind you. But thanks to AI, I just made up my own game. And so here are some questions related to the month of September,
Okay.
which
I love a game.
one of the things that we haven't talked about is you actually have a birthday coming up
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it because
a
it's one
week
more.
a week from the day after tomorrow.
No, I'm going to be 49. What?
Last year, your 40s. How do you feel about that?
I don't like it. I like being in my 40s in the sense of like, we do not care club, that's fine. But perimenopause is B word. She's fun.
I
Hormone.
I don't have an opinion on that.
You
So
sure don't. You sure don't, sir. No opinions from a
no
man.
opinions.
No opinions from men who don't have uteruses on menopause, perimenopause. I don't know what stage I'm in. I have no idea.
That is comforting.
For better or worse.
Oh, Lordy. Lordy,
I'm a
Lordy,
delight.
Lordy.
I'm a delight.
You are
But
a delight.
don't FAFO, right? Unfiltered. I hope no one cares about me saying that. If you don't know what that means, don't look it up.
All right. Underrated or overrated? Pumpkin spice everything.
I mean, hello. I'm wearing pumpkin spice on my face and I love pumpkin spice. Now,
You
I
had
don't
a
like
pumpkin spice coffee this morning before
I sure
church.
did. Here's the hack if you want to know.
Tell
You
us.
get a pumpkin cream cold brew and you get sugar-free vanilla in the cold brew part. And literally then it's only like 5 grams of sugar cold foam. So it's not gonna wreck your blood sugar or anything like that. I don't like a funny thing is I don't really love pumpkin pie.
I love pumpkin pie.
I know you do. I know. So we get it for you, but I don't. I could take it or leave it. Um, but pumpkin spice everything,
Is
it's
there
a bit
anything
much.
that pumpkin spice should not be in?
Yogurt. Hannah got
Ugh.
Hannah had a pumpkin spice yogurt the other day. And I was like, this is disgusting. Pumpkin spice cream cheese? I don't think so. No, we don't need that. I don't like sweet cream cheese anyway. So I'm like, no, your cream cheese needs to be savory unless it's in like a cherry cream pie. That's it. But anyway, I like pumpkin spice Cheerios. I mean, just put some cinnamon on some regular
Wait, pumpkin
Cheerios.
spice Cheerios?
Yeah, do you want me to get you some?
I do not.
We should get some and try. They're gluten free. I learned this. You know
Uh,
the generic Cheerios are not gluten free, so I glutened myself. Do you guys like this lipstick? Is that pretty? Is anyone commenting? Is anyone even watching?
oh yeah,
You like it?
there are people watching right now. Michael Glenn says, "Let's go."
Hi, Michael Glenn.
Adrian says, "Hello, PT and Sarah." You got a bunch of hard eyes from our good friend Carrie that we saw today.
Yes. I've
Um,
worn three different outfits today. That's a lot.
that
Okay.
is a lot. Robert's hanging out with us. Tammy Clifton is hanging out with us.
Woo.
Our friend Mary Stacy.
Okay, this is the Taylor Swift lipstick. Yeah, I got it. But I'm not, never mind, we're not gonna talk about it.
All right.
Controversial. Okay, what's my
Next,
next one?
meal prepping for the week. Underrated or overrated?
Okay, I've never done this and you tried. Remember you tried and that was a big
Dude,
fail because you added way too much
massive
salt to
fail.
to your beef. Um, I am not the kind of person that's going to want to eat the same thing 5 days in a row. And if you have histamine issues where your body builds up histamine and you have issues with that, leftovers actually are very high histamine. So I can't do like 5 day old leftovers. It actually will make me sick. So I'm going to say absolutely overrated.
Okay. The NFL football season, underrated or overrated?
Okay. Do you want to talk about Taylor Swift and my lipstick?
I would love
It's
to talk about nothing more than Taylor Swift and your lipstick.
it's underrated because Taylor Swift. But listen, I think she's a brilliant poet. I don't agree with everything she does. Okay. Don't come at me. I like the lipstick. I actually, um, the effect of her being excited about football, I've been more excited the last couple years. So, isn't there a Kansas City Chiefs game on that we're gonna go watch? And you,
No, it's done. I don't think it went in their favor today.
okay, but was Taylor Swift there?
See, that's the correlation we needed to find out, right?
If she was there, we're gonna watch the highlights. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
They're not doing very good this year, which
Hmm.
really bothers me because this is his 13th year and he's probably going to retire. And I don't like when boys get hurt. I don't like when punks like slap another player. I get very offended. But I've told Todd this for years. If they would just give us a love story, it doesn't matter who it is. If it's a good love story, if you talk to me about Coach Andy Reid and his wife, and you tell me their love story and you show pictures of them and you show them snuggling on the field. I'm sure they wouldn't do that because, he's in work mode, but like girls like me love that. So tell me about, I don't even know any other quarterbacks. Whatever. What was the question?
The NFL football season, is it underrated or overrated?
Oh, it's underrated. It's great. I like football season. I
All
like
right,
drinks. I like the
next.
Super Bowl. I'm not done talking about it. I'm kidding. Okay, what?
You're gonna love the playback of this, especially the close-ups.
Oh, I know. It's fine. Listen, this is me. This is me.
All right, next. Family calendars and planners, underrated or overrated?
Underrated, but don't box me in because I hate that. But did we have a family calendar when our kids were little? Like, did we have iPhone stuff? We didn't sync it all. I know that.
Well, we got our first iPhones in like 2008,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
so
So
ever since
T3
we've
would have
been
been
able to
massive.
have multiple calendars on
Yeah.
like one page.
Yeah. I don't,
It's helpful to know when our kids are at work or at a tournament.
right.
And then,
Like
of
how
course,
we all share cars. So it's
yes,
absolutely necessary. Otherwise, there's no vehicle for so and so. So
yeah. And
yeah.
I'm usually the so and so.
You are not. You're
I'm,
taking a car to the airport next week, bucko.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, next, fall decorations before October, underrated or overrated?
Underrated. You already know this. September 1st. Listen to me. If you do September 1st to November 1st, you've got, and by November 1st, I mean October 31st, fall, done. And then from November 1st to January 1st, you get 2 months of each fall and then Christmassy winter. And if you're like really a genius, you can kind of meld them all together. I'm not. I like my fall, and then I take all the pumpkins down, and then I put up Christmas. And for the most part, we do like a neutral Christmas. I don't know. Hannah wants to do pink and blue this year, which does not match the vibe, and I don't know why she wants to do that. But the question was, is it overrated or underrated? It is underrated.
All right, next, Starbucks fall drinks, underrated or overrated?
Okay, well, I do like a pumpkin spice, but I like to make them at home too. I will say they're overrated because they are very expensive. Now you didn't ask me about Seven Brew. Seven Brew fall drinks.
No, I did not ask you about Seven Brew. Why don't you tell us about Seven Brew?
That's my new favorite. And
Yeah.
they have so many sugar-free flavors. We're spending way too much money on it, and it's not organic mold-free coffee, so I should probably chill.
So if you had to rank Starbucks, Seven Brew, 151, and Dutch Brothers, how would you rank those four?
Easy. Seven Brew,
Is where?
Starbucks. Seven Brew's the top, then Starbucks, then Dutch Brothers, and then 151.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, but listen to me. The last time I had 151, they burned my coffee and it was disgusting. Dutch Brothers isn't even really coffee, it's milkshakes. So that's not where I don't go to Dutch Brothers when I want caffeine. I go to Dutch Brothers when I want dessert.
Yeah.
So,
I
whatever.
just I don't go to Dutch Brothers unless you're making me. Youth sports schedules, underrated or overrated?
Overrated. Those are dumb. But
The,
that's
the
I
thing
was
the thing that people don't realize about youth sports schedules, you either have to have dinner at 3:30 in the afternoon or 9:30 at night.
yeah. And I know this was also a hot topic, but we only let our kids do one sport season. They
Right.
weren't allowed to be in more than that. And we weren't running around trying to put them in everything. Now, I also will say we had two introverts who didn't want to be all do everything. If it was me, I mean, I wanted to be in CYT and I wanted to do dance lessons and I wanted to do piano. And my parents were like, no, we can't afford it. Sit down. So, anyway, that's all. You want to talk about that? Let's talk about that. So, I mean, if you have a kid who wants to do all those things, I think teaching them you can pick one and focus on this, and then we can do this next. I think that's valuable. But anyway,
Well, I mean, you got to remember that when a kid signs up for something, it's not just the kid that's involved, like the whole family is impacted by it. So,
right, right.
I got two more for you. Apple picking and fall festivals, underrated or overrated?
I've done both. And when's the last time I did it? Pop quiz, hot shot. When's the last time I did it?
When we
When
were
our
in
kids were
San
little.
Diego, right?
Yeah. We went up to Julian and did apple picking, and I was like, okay. And it was hot. And all the kids got stomach aches because they were so hot. They kept drinking the fresh
Oh
apple juice.
yeah.
And
Oh my
then
gosh.
I'm like, we might have some car sickness on the way home.
Yeah.
And not just our kids, like not just your and my kids, like the whole bus full of kids. That was
Yeah.
fall festivals. I mean, I love the ones that Journey did. Remember when I fell in a bush? That was good times.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, we had to park across the street, so we were walking towards Journey, and it was all those bushes, like right if you're going to Journey in the front, all those
Yes.
bushes, and there was some.
How did you fall in a bush?
I am very talented. I think there was like like the pavement was uneven, like
Oh,
the asphalt, and
it
then
does slope.
the concrete was down like this, and I think my ankle went badoop, and I right into the bushes. So, but I did love when Journey did that. That was fun.
I just remember, I think it was the first or second fall festival we were at, and I stayed late to help clean up. And I was in the golf cart with Pastor Mike Burns,
Yes.
and he drove that thing like it was NASCAR. And so I almost fell out. He was taking a corner.
That's really dangerous, actually. That could have caused a severe injury. There are people who have traumatic.
We literally know of people that have died from that.
Mike,
So,
be careful.
last one, the
Yeah.
idea of work-life balance itself is it underrated or overrated?
The idea that it's balanceable.
Yeah, work life.
I've already answered this in some sense. I think it's underrated if you believe, if you think unless you're looking at it from a whole month or week picture, that's underrated. If you think you can balance every single day, absolutely overrated. It's not going to happen. Sorry, my friends. It's
All
just not.
right.
Yeah,
Well, you heard it here.
that's right. And I know. Does anyone want to see a picture of my, oh, are the screen sharing again still? Are we done? Does anyone need to know what lipstick this is? Let me know. I don't sell it. It's not, I don't even sell it. It's not the one. We don't make a color like this, Lip Sense. I haven't found this Lip Sense color. Anyway, are you asking me um, do you have anything else to ask me? Because I have one more thing on here, but are we done? We've gone 53 minutes and I feel like that's way too long and people hate us.
Well, people vote with their attention, and there are still people watching. So there's that.
Well, I'm going to go look at all the comments.
So go ahead and wrap it up for us. What did you said you had one more thing?
Well, no, you gave me a question. And so I had another,
I'm
we talked,
looking for it, but I don't see it.
it was the Melaleuca moment number 2. You had it.
Oh,
I
it was just gonna remind people where they could get peak performance at.
Well, I just want to say, I mean, that's not what we came on to talk about, like, but the thing is, when I was in my 20s, I felt like I was in my 80s because of health issues, right? And so now I'm almost 49. I'm not there yet, but almost 49. And it feels like because this is like the anti-inflammatory jackpot, um, it feels like I'm more my age in how my body feels. And I just hope, hi, I hope that will get better and better.
Yeah,
You keep smiling at me. Do you love me or something?
I I do.
You know what? I didn't clean my camera. Yours
I
looks like
did.
you did. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I
There's,
did.
look at, that's not even like, this is just like stuff I've gone through in the past couple months. It's just like, I don't know why everyone doesn't shop here. It's just literally the best place on the planet. So I actually need to take these.
Yep.
I haven't taken mine yet. And I need to go make us dinner. See, work-life balance. We did this instead of eating dinner. So
All right. Well, thanks everyone for hanging out with us tonight. If you want more information on how to get access to peak performance supplements and how many products are in the wellness company now?
450.
Well, if you want
There's
access
literally
to
everything.
those, there's a link in the video description. You can click on that and Sarah will hook you up. God bless you guys, and we'll see you at the next one.